I want to talk to you about PenFed credit card application, guaranteed approval, large limit fast. How do you actually do it? How do you pull it off? Okay, it's very important. So when you apply for a PenFed credit card, you want to get a guaranteed approval, and most importantly, you want to have a large limit. I want you to stick around because I'll be spilling a lot of beans into this conversation. You're gonna love them. You're gonna love those beans. Fantastic.
One in a million, one in a million, one in a million. You know they're coming up to me, cause I'm just the kind of flow with the stinging kind of beat, but the rhythm's getting higher. Go, 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 go. One in a million, one in a million, one in a million, one in a million, one in a million.
Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sorty Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I am doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee, or tea, or vodka, and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to talk to you about PenFed credit card application, guaranteed approval, large limits, fast. Okay, how do you do it? Well, there are a few secrets that you need to always have in mind. First thing, your DTI. Everything, and I mean everything, starts with your DTI, son. I don't care what people are just lying to you, talk about you gotta have a FICO score, high FICO score, whatnot, whatever. Hey, listen, most important thing is your DTI, because your DTI is actually it epitomizes your ability to manage your money. It epitomizes financial responsibility. Okay, those are really important things. So your DTI is your debt to income ratio. So you want to constantly make sure that you have a debt to income ratio that is around 30% or less. Okay, the lower the better. I've said this before. Don't you let anybody lie to you and say, you know, a 50% DTI is okay. It's not okay. A DTI should be as low as possible. If you are able to manage your DTI in single digit territory, my hat's off to you. Bravo. My hat is off to you. Okay, this is really important. Okay, so we're talking about being in a situation where you are paying down debts constantly. Okay, trying to find a way to reduce your debt level, because when we talk about DTI, you have two sides, right? Two sides of the equation here. You have your debt payments, and you have your income. So basically, you have so you want to make sure that you either lower your debts or you increase your income, or do both. Yeah, that's even better. Okay, so you basically want to be in a situation where you are paying down debt systematically, but you're also exploring other options to lower your payments. There are a lot of things you can do to lower your payments. Okay, if it will, whatever is possible, do that. Okay, you can call the lender, for instance, or a credit card issuer, to ask them to reduce your APR. Okay, you never know, this might work. Okay, and also you can try to scale down the amounts you need to borrow also. Okay, so all the things I'm telling you that you can do so that you can reduce your DTI, because when PenFed looks at your DTI and they see a very low DTI, they love it. They love it. So money, 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 money. How are you going to use your money today to lower your DTI? Son, daughter, I want you to talk to me about that. I want you to be clear about how you're going to make sure that your budget allows you to reduce your debt. Talk to me about that. The second thing I want you to pay attention to, and this works fantastically, this will get you approved real fast when you are applying for a PenFed credit card, is what we call your membership. But most importantly, the recency of your membership. See, the whole thing is that people apply for a PenFed membership and they just get approved, and automatically they just want to apply for a credit card. Hey, listen, hey, hold your horses. Why are you trying to rush? I mean, you just got here. You just want to start dancing again. No, just hey. I want you to chill, walk around. You are in the PenFed family. It's a beautiful family. We love the family. We have been in this family for 30, 35 years. Our team members. It's a wonderful family. Take your time. Build a relationship. Let them know you. Let them know who you are. The kind of positive financial life you have. Okay? Take your time. And so we're telling you, unless you have stellar credit, unless you have an excellent credit score, if you have fair credit, if you have bad credit, when you get in right away, when they approve you, you just want to take some time. Okay, beef up your relationship with them. You want to beef up your savings account, your checking accounts, set up direct deposit. Okay, do a lot of things. So if you've been with a family for less than 3 months, it's not really good. Don't apply for a credit card. take time to build a relationship. Okay, make sure that you don't have any NSF events. I'm talking here about overdraft, non-sufficient fund events. Okay, that so when you apply for a credit card, or 3 months before applying for a credit card, or 6 months before applying for a credit card, make sure you have an overdraft free payment history. Okay, and open at least 2 accounts. We always say this is really important to have at least 2 accounts, a checking account and a savings account. And when it comes to PenFed, we always want to emphasize that you want to open systematically and reflexively the Access America account. This has a positive consequence, positive criteria that are linked to PenFed credit cards in general. Okay, so here is a review I want you to have. I want you to review the status of your membership with PenFed. How long have you been with the family? Talk to me about that. 3 months, 1 month, 2 months, 4 months, and whatnot. Take your time. Take the time to actually build your relationship. We are talking here about patience. We are talking about gradual building, building a rapport with PenFed, so that at the right time, after 6 months, you can apply for a credit card. Okay. The third thing you need to talk about, son, I'm still having a conversation with you about PenFed credit card application, guaranteed approval, large limit, fast. The third thing you need to do is to space out your credit card applications. What I'm trying to say here is that, listen, and this does not apply only for PenFed credit cards. I'm talking about your credit card applications in general. And this sort of harks back to my previous comment about holding your horses. The whole thing is people just feel like, hey, I want to apply for a credit card. I'm so empowered, I can't apply for a credit card. It's a trap. It is a trap. You see it, you believe you can apply for a credit card. The doors are open. So you think you too can just get in and just apply sporadically for credit cards, or apply frequently. No, you want to space out your credit card applications. So if you're thinking about applying for a PenFed credit card, you want to make sure your last credit card application was at least 3 months ago. Yeah. The ideal situation is 6 months. Okay, whether you apply for a PenFed credit card or another PenFed credit card or credit card at another institution, it's important to space out your credit card applications. Why? Because first of all, it has a positive impact on your FICO score. Number 2, it actually tells the lender, and in this case PenFed, that you're not desperate. Okay, you're not looking for money. Hey, listen, the whole thing is, I don't care what's going on in your life right now. You might be financially desperate. Okay, cash might be tight. If cash is tight, okay, but you don't have to show it. Okay, you don't have to show it. This is important. So the whole thing here is that people don't let anybody tell you that you can apply for multiple credit cards on a single day and the hard inquiries will account for only 1. No, if you apply for 5 credit cards on a single day, you're going to have 5 hard inquiries, and with the maximum reduction on your FICO score of 50 points. Is that what you want? Talk to me. Is that what you really want? So next time you think about applying for a credit card, I want you to think about the consequences, that your FICO score will be decimated. Okay, so when it comes to this specific topic of PenFed credit card, make sure that you space out your credit card applications so that you have enough time, because PenFed is going to check your credit score. Okay, they want to make sure that you are not applying for credit regularly. That's the key word here, regularly. This is really important. Now the question is, how many credit cards can you apply for in a day? Well, honestly, technically you can apply for many, but we actually are asking you to apply for 1 credit card, not in a day, but in 3 months, in 6 months. You got to be more disciplined. So here is a winner strategy for you. A winner strategy. Always apply for the credit card when you need it. And during a year, during 12 months, apply for a maximum 3 credit cards. 3 credit cards. Now let's talk about your debt load. Son, daughter, mom, dad, we're having a conversation here. Grandpa, grandma, come over here. Come over here. Hey, here. Yeah. What is your debt load? What is your current debt situation? The total debt amount that you are carrying every single day. What is it? Do you have a fat debt load or you have a skinny debt load? What do you have? Talk to me about that. The thing here is that if you carry too high of a debt load in general, this could be problematic to your PenFed credit card application. So this sort of relates to what I said earlier at the beginning of this show when I talk about your DTI, right? Because again, if you have a high DTI, that means you have a high debt load and you have a low income. In other words, you are struggling. You are in financial straits. And this is not a territory you want to be in. No, son. No. It's about time we brought the shipment to the shore. It's about time I want you to bring the shipment to the shore. What is a shipment? The shipment is having the right strategy to monitor your FICO score, the right strategy to make sure that you actually reduce your debt. Okay, the right strategy to make sure that you are living within your means. The right strategy in terms of making sure that you have a budget. Son, daughter, that's what it is. That's what it is. Don't let nobody fool you. Don't let people razzle dazzle you with complicated stuff, telling you, "Whoa, do this, do that, do this, blah blah blah." I'm telling you, hey, take care of your debts. Okay, you want to lower your debts. You want to be in a situation where you are having you have a reasonable level of debts. Okay, how much is too much? Really depends on your income, because I can't be here and tell you, hey, listen, if you carry a 20,000 total debt load, that's too much for you. No, because I don't know how much you're making. But when we think about DTI, this is a great resource. This is a great criterion, right? Because if you are making 50 grand, you don't want to have a total debt amount of 20 grand or 30 grand. That'll be too much. But if you're making $100,000, 20,000 in total debt is manageable. It is manageable. Okay. Also, make sure that you actually pay attention to there's something called the 2836 rules, and this is for those who are into mortgage. Okay, if you want to have a mortgage, you want to apply for a mortgage, but this also applies for credit cards. Also, as a matter of fact, this 2836 rule applies also to PenFed credit card application. What I'm trying to say here is that the rule suggests that your monthly household debt service not exceed 28% of your gross monthly income, and your total debt service, including your house payments and all other financial obligations, should not exceed 36% of your gross monthly income. In other words, your DTI should be around 28% and 36%. So this is not really bad. So before I was just talking to you about your total debt load. Now I want to zero in on your PenFed debts. So son, we are still talking about PenFed credit card application, guaranteed approval, large limits fast, okay? So make sure that you pay attention to your PenFed debts, because PenFed cares about your overall debt, but they care more about your PenFed debts. Why? Because their ass is on the line. Because if you default on any debt that you have with them, they stand to lose money. So they're paying a lot of attention to your history of payments. They're paying a lot of attention to your disposable income. They pay a lot of attention to how much exposure they have vis-a-vis you, right? Because this is important. I mean, those banks and credit unions, for that matter, they actually run quantitative models all the time just to make sure that you are, their borrowers are in the right categories of credit profiles. That's what it is. So when we talk about you applying for a PenFed credit card and having guaranteed approval fast with large limits, I want you to really reduce your overall PenFed debt. Okay, so having too much of PenFed liabilities in the aggregate is bad. So when we talk about PenFed debt, we are speaking about credit cards. We're thinking about mortgages. We're thinking about HELOC, home equity line of credit. We're speaking about personal loans, okay? We're speaking about personal line of credit. So there is a constellation, there is a catalog of credit products that PenFed offers, and you have to make sure that you don't have too much debt with them. Now, this is kind of funny because some people actually pride themselves, including part of our teams. We have team members who pride themselves in having a great relationship with PenFed on the deposit side, but also on the liability side. In other words, they have multiple loans and multiple lines of credit with PenFed. This is fine if you are financially responsible. Most of our team members have a FICO score in the 820 to 840 range. So we are financially responsible. We make good money. But if you are in a category where you have fair credit or low credit, you want to really pay attention. Okay, this is really important because PenFed is going to pay attention to that anyway. So the bottom line here is that you want to reduce your debt level before you apply for a PenFed credit card. You can do this 3 months before applying or 6 months before applying. This is really good. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another session of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. Son, I'm still talking to you about PenFed credit card application, fast approval, guaranteed approval, large limits, okay? And here is an approach I want to share with you. Here's the approach you should follow. You always want to seek pre-qualification. Oh, yeah. With PenFed, you can actually pre-qualify for their credit cards. Now, they don't have the pre-qualification link on the public website, but if you are a member of the PenFed community, you can actually go to your dashboard, you log into your account, and if you pre-qualify for a PenFed credit card for that matter, you will see a link. Sometimes you can also call, okay? You can also call or you can go to a branch, and the branch will tell you if you are pre-qualified or not. Sometimes you can also get a pre-qualification offer in the mail, okay? So PenFed has several ways to communicate with you, and they have actually 4 ways to communicate with you, whether you are pre-qualified for a credit card or not, okay? So mail, USPS mail, phone, online, and at a branch, okay? This is important. So when you are pre-qualified for a credit card, the good thing is that your credit score is not decimated. See, that's the whole thing. I mean, my wish for you is to actually preserve your credit score all the time, right? So you want to actually gauge the odds of approval. You want to see how much you can qualify for, okay? So bottom line is, does a pre-approved credit card affect your credit score? No, because we are talking about soft inquiry, okay? This is important. So here is our pick. So when it comes to this strategy that you need to apply, make sure you pick the right PenFed credit card. Are you looking for the Pathfinder? Are you thinking about the gold? Are you thinking about the power cashback? What are you thinking about? And think here is that you need to understand, for instance, the gold is actually the lowest tier credit cards within the PenFed catalog, and the Pathfinder rewards is the highest tier. So based on your situation, based on your current situation, which one do you think you could qualify for? Those are really, those are questions I want you to have realistically. Don't you try to, this is no dreamland. No, we are here on earth, and you just want to make sure that you are actually boosting your chances of approval. Before closing to this conversation, let me give you a few pro tips, son, and I want you to apply those tips religiously, okay? The thing here is that a lot of people, and I've said this before, folks are just talking to you about, you can apply for a PenFed credit card online, over the phone, via regular mail if they sent you a pre-qual offer, okay, or at a branch. And we are telling you, and I've said this, and we have said this over many videos, it's important to go to a branch. If you can, if you are blessed to live in the vicinity of a PenFed branch, I want your ass to go to a branch. You might be thinking, well, I don't have time because then I have to take off from work. I have to actually, it is worth it. If you get a 15,000 limits on your credit card, if you get a 20,000 limits on your credit card, it is worth it. Okay? It is worth it. You have many sick days anyway. Why don't you just take 1/2 of a day and apply? The thing here is when you go to a branch, you can actually discuss your overall situation. You are taking the time. See, anything you do in life with, anything you take time to do in life always succeeds. Sooner or later, it will succeed. If you take the time for it, it always will succeed. And that's what I want you to do here. I want you to take the time to actually go to a branch and discuss your overall financial situation. Inquire at the branch if you could qualify for the card that you want, given your financial situation. Okay? Bring your paperwork. I'm talking about your tax returns, your pay stubs, and whatnot. Okay? You are basically showing PenFed that, hey, listen, I am actually in a situation where I make enough money and I could qualify for this card. Ask questions about the card. This is important. I mean, because Everybody thinks you have all the information about the card online. You go on PenFed website. You think you know everything about the card. No, 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 no. Be modest and think, hey, listen, I may not know something, and this is my chance to know something about the card. And that's what you want. You want to be in a situation where you are basically saying, hey, listen, I'm going to collect as much intel about the card as possible. That's what it is, okay? And again, as I said before, you want to inquire if you could qualify. If you qualify for this card. If you don't qualify, which other card can you go for? See, you have the time to ask the PenFed rep you talk to. You can ask those questions. Something you will never do if you apply online. Something you never get a chance to do if you apply online. So this is why we're saying is very important. So big decision time, son, daughter. Are you going to a PenFed branch to apply for your next credit card? Are you blessed to live in the vicinity of a PenFed branch? If you do, son, daughter, grandpa, grandmother, mom, dad, I beg you to go to a branch. To take the time to go to a branch, to take 1 hour of your busy day and go to a branch and discuss your credit card with them before applying. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about PenFed credit card application, guaranteed approval, large limits, fast. And we spoke about the DTI, the recency of your PenFed membership, why you need to space out your credit card applications, your debt load, your PenFed debt, the approach you should follow, and the pro tips. Thank you so much. I'll speak to you another time. God bless you, and remain marvelous.